Mrs. Kemu.
Mrs. Kemu. So, ladies, should we begin?
Yes.
Great. I'm Smita. I am from Pune. And बहुत मजा आने वाला है. So my first question is to Dr. Geetika. Skincare is increasingly, you would suggest.
Smita, you're talking very well in connection to what I preach to my patients, that there is no short lifestyle being in balance with your unstressful conditions like maybe dancing or workout, and then a skincare routine which is more bespoke as per your skin type. That is important. Rather than just following random digital advices or YouTube videos, it's important and needs. Your lifestyle, your genetics are all very personalized. So how a product will react to you?
Conversation is going to go on in three different parts. It's going to be about nutrition, it's going to be about regime and beauty care. My next question, and thank you so much for this insightful update. My next question is definitely to Soha. Being in front of the camera, of course you are in a profession where stars are always supposed to look great and good. What is your approach towards beauty, Soha?
Firstly, that's loud. Firstly, I think now all of us are models because we're all on Instagram, we're all on social media. All of us, know what is our better profile and 100 different hairstyles and what colors suit us. All of us have cinematographers at home and we're all making movies all the time. So being beautiful or trying to be beautiful is not just the domain of an actor anymore. Right. What I'm happy about is that now our definition of beauty is becoming more inclusive and is also becoming more natural. There was a time, perhaps a generation ago, certainly in my mother's time, when a heroine would wake up with glamorous hair and false eyelashes and lipstick and all of that. And my mother used to also tell me when she got married, she used to wake up 10 minutes before my father and go and put on some rouge and come back and go to sleep. Because she wanted, when he woke up, she wanted to look a certain way. Now I think that this generation is more accepting of what is true, what is honest, what is real beauty. And I'm happy for that, being a parent to a young girl and seeing lots of teenagers now who are very, very concerned with appearance. It's nice that we're talking about what's real. You have, photographers outside your gyms, outside your skin clinics, outside hospitals. They see you, how you look. Yeah. And people now are dropping the artifice of beauty more, which I think is a very good thing. And that means now when you want to be naturally beautiful, you have to look after yourself in a holistic way, which means you have to look after, firstly you have to prioritize yourself and understand that it's important to look and feel good. It's not something that you should be dismissive of. And then sleep, eat well, do exercise, and try and achieve some kind of self-contentment. Because I really think that stress seems to be the biggest cause of most of your, and everything from your heart to your skin to your attitude to the world is affected by stress. Now, how do you not stress? I mean, that's a long answer. But the idea is to try and be present in the moment and to try and achieve a sense of being content from inside.
Absolutely, I think that is very, very important. And stress कब नहीं आता है? घर पे हमारी माउशी नहीं आई फिर भी हमें stress आ जाता है. So stress हर जगह पे है. But I mean that's something which is not in our hands. But what's in our hands is of course nutrition, and that's something that we have to be really we have to be extremely particular about. So my question to you, Dr. Geetika, is what would you recommend or what would you suggest when it comes to eating right for the खूबसूरती?
So when we talk about eating right, there are do's and don'ts. So there are inflammatory foods which one should definitely avoid when it comes to having a good nutritional lifestyle for glowing skin. Foods which cause inflammation, top of the list is definitely sugar, which causes high degree of inflammation, and it's also one of the major reasons that people get acne, PCOD, all the hormonal imbalances. So stay away from sugar in any form. Try and educate yourself with the forms of sugar which is not labeled as sugar, but these are disguises which is actually going to harm your body more and more. Staying away from sugar, staying away from dairy. Although I have cows in my house, but I stay away from dairy myself. Reason being, I believe, and also there are a lot of medical studies, they have given out the information that when you consume dairy beyond a certain age, that is going to release a lot of hormonal disturbances in the body. So for young adults especially, and women that I see today, they have a lot of PCOD issues, especially in North India. It's very important to stay away from dairy. Third of all, gluten, sodas. These are other variants of inflammatory foods. I'm sure Ritika here will emphasize more on those foods. But when it comes to consuming the right amount and the right food, they are good and bad. They are good fats also. So starting your day off with a handful of almonds, brilliant way, because you're giving your body what it really requires. Those fats will be used up as energy and it will give you the right start in the morning. And having water throughout the day. You know, there are patients who don't even understand the difference between dry skin and dehydrated skin. They would think that their skin is just dry and sensitive. But essentially it's dehydrated because of the water content in the body which is less.
Yeah.
There's a very simple test you can do. You can just pinch your skin, or you can pinch your skin on the face. Make sure you don't pinch too hard. And the moment it will go back inside, if it is going to take a lot of time to go back, that means your skin is very dehydrated. It needs water inside. That bounciness.
Do a better job.
No, I don't want my
No. Don't try with that. Do it yourself.
Pinch your own skin.
Especially terms and conditions apply. So you can do that and you can find out your skin needs more water or does it need more fats. So if it's dehydrated, you need to increase the water content. You can make water consumption very interesting. Why does it have to be just plain water? Infuse your water with a lot of these superfoods and seeds like chia seeds and all of those, or maybe just add some cucumber or mint to it. Just have an interesting variations of water intake every day. And you can actually test yourself by seeing the color of your urine. It's as simple as that. You know, if you're not urinating properly or if you're not sweating enough and your urine is very dark in color and stinking, then definitely there is something your body is telling you. So reading these signs in the body. And if your skin is dry, then it is generally more flaky. Like after washing your face, it will feel very stretchy. Yeah. So that is the time you need to imbibe certain moisturizers inside the skin, which has hyaluronic acid, ceramides, peptides, and apply all of them on a wet skin. So that's another thing. You know, if you apply it on a wet skin, they will get into your skin deeper and hydrate well. So starting off well is important, and then of course sunblock, which we all know about. It is going to protect your skin from all the harmful UVA and UVB. And in fact, talking about something very interesting I came across was almonds. So almond consumption every day will also help in providing resistance to the UVB radiation. So you can naturally also consume foods or almonds to build up your body to fight the radical damage or the UVB radiations. So some points that we all can start with.
Right. Thank you so much, Dr. Geetika. Ritika, just adding a little more to what Dr. Geetika said, what is something that we need to follow on a day-to-day basis? When it comes to you, Soha, when we talk about working mothers and when they are out there, you are a working mother yourself, you are a professional. When it comes to nutrition, what is that one factor? I mean, everybody would love to know. What is that one factor that you're very, very careful about and follow?
I think most people who know me, certainly my friends and people who've worked with me, know that I'm very disciplined when it comes to my food. That's not to say that everything that I eat is healthy. Of course, I have certain indulgences as well, one of them being chocolate. Ooh. I do have a sweet tooth. But I am very good about making sure that the grains that I have are whole grains, that the fats that I have are, unsaturated, that I don't have too long a gap between my meals, so I don't get very hungry also. I actually never used to have breakfast until I became a mother. I didn't know it existed as a meal because if I wasn't working, I used to get up at 12 o'clock and have lunch straight away. Yeah. So my lifestyle has also become a little bit better. I think all of us become better versions of ourselves when we become parents, because we find ourselves being role models for our children. And that's when you look at what's in your fridge, because you don't want to have to say no to your child all the time when they say, can I eat this, can I eat that? The idea is to have an array of healthy options for them to choose from. Right. So you can say, you can have some freshly cut vegetables, you can have some salad, you can have a handful of almonds, you can have an apple, there's a number of, you can have some, a number of things that you can choose from. So I think to answer your question, firstly, you have to value yourself again. Then you look after your diet. You have to understand that your health is also important. Certainly I know that my family depends on me certainly very much. My husband, my daughter, my mother, a lot of other people. And so I need to look after myself and my health, especially all of us have just, are still in a pandemic. And, health has become important to all of us. And a handful of almonds came into my life a long time ago because my mother did give it to us as children. And I found it invaluable as a snack because I feel like all of us, and again, Indian food is very healthy. And we have a lot of things like haldi and hing in our food that keeps us healthy and helps us with our immunity. But I feel that where we sometimes go wrong, and we've had this discussion many times, is in our snacking, which tends to be more refined and more fried. And that's what is easily available to us. The best snack I've found is almonds because it has the longest shelf life. You can keep it with you for a couple of years, you know, which is wonderful. And you can have it in, you know, you can bake with it in almond flour. You can have, as a replacement for dairy with almond milk. You know, the minute my daughter turned 1, we introduced almonds to her. Of course, before that, it's, you know, you have to be careful because people have nut allergies. So once your child turns 1, you can hisso it and introduce it into the diet. She now loves the taste of almonds as well. So I know even when she goes to school from 8 to 11, they have a snack. And I send her almonds because I know that she's getting so many nutrients in that handful of almonds. So it's really wonderful to have in your diet.
Fantastic. I mean, and that's so important that you start introducing it in the right age as well. I think that's a very, very good learning for young mothers and parents. But talking about your daily beauty regime, sometimes you're absolutely confused कि क्या करें, कैसे करें. But we have Dr. Geetika over here to tell us कि क्या करना है, कैसे करना है,
और क्या नहीं करना है.
और क्या नहीं करना है. Right.
So that's a very interesting topic, in fact, and I can go on and on about it. But I'm not going to bore each one of you because my theory is individualistic beauty skincare regimes. That is what works. Because what might work for me might not work for you. Or you know, sometimes you talk about exercising and doing all of it. It's also sometimes good to listen to your body and take it easy. So skincare regime is all about discipline and layering. That's a very, very trending topic, I would say. I get that question quite a lot. The doctor, there's so much available out there. There's serums, there's moisturizers, under-eye cream, sunblock. What should I apply? What is important? I'm very lazy. I don't have time. What should I do? What is important? So I will give you a very quick formula for a lazy person or a starter person that what is essential. So cleansing is very important. Still I see so many people who tell me, I don't like to wash my face. They would be absolutely okay with it. I don't wash my face. Something happens to my face when I wash my face.
It becomes clean.
So I say you have to. It's important in the morning and at night. Morning why? Whole night your skin is producing oil and sebum on the face. It's sitting on your skin. It will clog the pores. It will give you whiteheads, blackheads and acne. It will make your skin look darker because of the layer of oil and dirt which will stick on top of it. So your skin will not look refreshed. So it's important to use a face wash in the morning. At night also, because of the pollution, the free radical damage, again dust clogging the pores, the sebum clogging the pores, and now with mask acne, the mask giving us the new humid environment inside, it's important to use a face wash at night as well. And especially, I'm not taking into consideration people who use makeup. For them, it's a very much essential thing. For them, I suggest double cleansing instead. So starting with the cleanser, and then we go on to a toner. Now, a lot of people ask me that, doctor, is toner a marketing gimmick? Do we really need it? Now, a toner is a second step which you can also do without or you can also indulge in because it balances the pH of the skin. So, alcohol-free toner to balance the pH of the skin and make your skin ready for the next step. These days, toners are also multitaskers. They also have certain acids inside to exfoliate the skin gently. So, it's very nice if you can have one in your skincare routine. And then comes the elixir or the most important one, that is the serum. So if you're wanting to spend on your skincare regime, I would say spend on a good serum. And if you are a starter, start with a vitamin C serum because that will not only protect your skin from the sun damage, but it will also fight the free radical damage. It will prevent the wrinkles, it will also treat the sunspots, and start with that. Like a good L-ascorbic vitamin C serum in the morning or a hyaluronic acid serum if the skin is really, really dry. Then comes a moisturizer. Now people generally say, doc, we have oily skin, I don't need a moisturizer, or I just use a moisturizer with the SPF 15, is that okay? So we all need a moisturizer because sometimes your skin is just overproducing the oil to combat the need of moisturizing. So use a gel-based moisturizer. And then comes the sunblock, the last step. Sunblock is always the last step. Even if you're putting on makeup, sunblock will be the last step. You can use a compact sunblock or a powder sunblock in that case, and a minimum SPF 30 to 50 sunblock. That is what is important. because beyond that it is not going to work enough for you, and you have to reapply the sunblock every 2 to 3 hours when you're out in the sun, because these UVA and UVB lights, they are not only causing aging but also a lot of photo aging and burning on the skin. And as I said, that with the natural foods now available and the science that we have at hand, you can combat that effect even with your nutrition, like having carotene rich food with carrots, or maybe having almonds every day, which makes your body resistant to the UVB damage. These things help protect the body from inside. So that's like skincare regime 101 from my side. I hope it helps.
I hope it's being noted. I'm making a mental note myself, because half of the things I don't end up doing only. I think everybody puts on makeup nowadays. I mean, even if you're a office, if you work in an office or you go to college, everybody wants to put on a little bit of makeup, and I think this is very important. So how do you take care of your skin?
Honestly?
Totally honestly.
I have started looking after my skin now because I think ever since I turned 40, I realized I can't take things for granted. In my 30s, I used to go and lie down in the sun. We used to go on holiday, and I used to enjoy tanning and doing all sorts of things. Now the sun is my enemy.
We are eliminating the numbers here.
I do not like, in my 40s,
listening to the numbers.
Yeah, in my 40s, I do not like the sun. I do not want it to touch my skin anymore, and I'm a big fan of sunscreen. I wish that I'd done things earlier as well, because of course the best thing is prevention, especially when it comes to your skin. So again, beauty from within, diet is important, and I do again hydrate. Again in the summer, like I'm a big fan of eating vegetables and salad, and it's a fun thing to do with your child as well. We make salads together.
I've seen those little videos.
Yeah, and she, in fact, Kunal and I do a lot of cooking together. The handful of almonds, which is very important. Again, I mean, we have professionals here who will tell you exactly what the nutrients are in almonds, but the vitamin E, the anti-inflammatory properties, the benefit to your skin texture, I've actually seen in my own skin in the last few years. When it comes to my regimen, again, diet and exercise, I can see the benefit of the circulation from doing a headstand, for example. The little bit of puffiness that you have in the morning, which you don't want when you're going to go in front of the camera, certainly, is also helped by doing a headstand or any kind of inverse posture, of which there are many in yoga. And I've been upping my workout game in the last 4 months by doing some more like strength exercises, working on my core. Ever since I became a mother again, I felt my core had become weak. And when it comes to looking after my skin, it's a constant tussle with Kunal, because he's always like, what do you do in the bathroom? Why does it take you so long at night? And he's mostly he's gone to sleep by the time I come out of the bathroom. So he said, are you avoiding me? Like, what's going on?
Come on that now.
Yeah. So I said, no. And firstly, I've told him that he needs to spend more time with other women to understand that 6 minutes is not a long time. To wash your face.
He might just take you seriously.
I know. And then I said, let me choose who those women are and what environment you need to spend that time.
Conditions apply.
Yes, of course, conditions apply. But I need other people to back me up that 6 minutes of your skincare regimen is not a long time. Yeah. And it does involve, again, cleaning your skin. In my 20s, I probably did not take off my makeup as much as I should. Oh. I continue not to take off my mascara as much as I should. Yeah, we were just discussing this. And now I'm scared if I take off my mascara, all my eyelashes will fall out. But so cleansing, and then I use different creams for the day and night. Definitely a more intense, deeper cream for the night. Sun SPF of 50 minimum, even when I'm not going out in the sun, because that has been told to me that it's important to do. And then a bunch of, again, things that I've never done in the past, like facials. I did my first facial a month ago.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. I know. Wow. And I don't know, I now feel like I need to do these things, and it's important.
So any particular tip that Sharmila ji gave you, or probably you saw her doing when she was taking care of her skin, something that we unknowingly follow our parents sometimes?
Absolutely, and I've actually been seeing her do the same routine for I haven't watched her for 7 years, but 40 years that I've known her. She's been doing the same thing, she's been using the same products, and she's been looking after her skin. And, she's actually working again after 11 years. Yeah. And she's sort of seeing herself on screen after 11 years and noticing changes that we see within ourselves. But I think that she has really embraced evolving beauty very gracefully, and that's always been a role model for me, where she's really resisted doing a lot of things to herself. and has a lot of self-confidence. And I think that self-confidence is the best makeup, honestly.
Absolutely.
It's the best thing.
Conversation from dinner table या कहीं बैठ के.
She's always, ever since she's had her
skin थोड़ा लगा लो.
I'm telling you, ever since she's had cataract surgery, she's like now looks at me differently. She's like, have you done your eyebrows? And I was like, and before that, everything was soft focus. Now she has like high definition eyes. So we talk a lot about what I'm doing to myself, and I'm going to see her tomorrow after 6 months.
Oh.
Yeah, we're going to meet tomorrow. So I'm sure she's going to have a bunch of questions for me. But I've seen her putting on makeup and taking off makeup. And I've seen her ritual. And therefore, I ignore my husband and I take those 6 minutes for myself.
Brilliant. So, like I said, beauty is definitely skin deep. But then you have to go deeper down to take care of your beauty. And I hope that everybody enjoyed today's session. It was really, really amazing. Thank you, Soha. Thank you, Dr. Geetika. Thank you, Ritika. Personal notes made because I actually realized that we actually know so many things, but we are not doing it, and that's why we need experts to tell us that, okay, please ये कर लो, अपने आप के लिए कर लो. आज की ये बादाम की चर्चा हम यहाँ पे समाप्त करने जा रहे हैं. And I thank all of you for being a part of this. Of course, there's going to be an interactive session after the break. But thank you so much. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it. So, anyone else? Or should we close the session? Thank you. Who said that?
Thank you, everyone.
मैं प्यार से thank you बोले.
बस हो गया.
बस हो गया अभी. Great. Thank you so much for joining us.
Can I take off this lovely looking accessory?
ऑलराइट, गुड टू सी यू. बहुत ही ब्यूटीफुल टॉपिक पे आज हमें आपसे मुलाकात हुई. बादाम पे चर्चा तो हालांकि बहुत सारे टॉपिक पे कन्वर्सेशन तो हो ही गई. तो बताइए कि कैसा रहा एक्सपीरियंस विद बादाम पे चर्चा सोहा जी के साथ?
एक्सपीरियंस अच्छा रहा क्योंकि पैनल पे बहुत ही अच्छे लोग थे, जैसे डॉक्टर गीतिका और रितिका जी जो एक्चुअली न्यूट्रिशनिस्ट हैं और स्किन डॉक्टर्स हैं, डर्मेटोलॉजिस्ट हैं. एंड इट वाज फन टू टॉक अबाउट एन इशू, ब्यूटी, जो हम सब जानते हैं कि ब्यूटी इज़ नॉट द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग, लेकिन फिर भी वी वांट टू बी ब्यूटीफुल एंड वी वांट टू बी नेचुरली ब्यूटीफुल. तो वो कैसे करें, और आई थिंक वी हैड अ वेरी फ्रैंक एंड ऑनेस्ट डिस्कशन. मैं एक्चुअली हर दिन एक मुट्ठी भर बादाम खाती हूँ, और मैं झूठ नहीं बोल रही हूँ. हम सब ऑलरेडी जानते हैं कि बादाम के गुण तो इंडिया में सब जानते हैं, और वो जो एक माँ के या नानी के, दादी के नुस्खे जो होते थे, वो बादाम को रात में पानी में भिगो के अगले दिन छिलके के साथ खाना कितना ज़रूरी है. तो वेदर इट्स आमंड फ्लावर के साथ, बेकिंग केक सिनाया के साथ, या आमंड दूध बनाना घर पे, क्योंकि कुणाल डजंट लाइक टू हैव डेयरी इन हिज डाइट. ये सब चीज़ें हम तो काफ़ी साल से कर रहे हैं. और जहाँ पे मुझे बहुत भूख लगती है, लंच और डिनर के बीच में करीबन 4 बजे शाम में और 10:30 बजे सुबह के मुझे बहुत भूख लगती है, क्योंकि आजकल मैं बहुत जल्दी उठती हूँ. तो उस टाइम पे एक मुट्ठी भर बादाम खाना मेरे लिए बहुत ही अच्छा है, क्योंकि मुझे पता है कि एक हेल्दी स्नैक है जहाँ पे मुझे इतने सारे बेहतरीन विटामिन्स, मिनरल्स मिल रहे हैं. स्किन के लिए अच्छा होता है, डाइजेशन के लिए अच्छा होता है, गुड फैट्स हैं इसमें, विटामिन ई है. तो इसीलिए इट्स अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ माई डाइट.
आपकी फैमिली लाइक बहुत ही बड़ी ग्रैंड फैमिली, तो बादाम अगर मैं पूछूं तो सबसे ज़्यादा किसका फेवरेट है?
ये तो आई थिंक मुझसे बेटर आप ही जान पाएंगे. आप मुझे बताइए मेरे फैमिली के बारे में. तो मीडिया से बहुत सीखने को मिलता है कि बट आई थिंक ऑल ऑफ अस, जहाँ तक मैंने देखा है, आई हैव सीन माई मदर सर्टनली ईट बादाम, आई हैव सीन करीना ईट बादाम, एंड इसमें कोई वाओ बात नहीं है. बट आई थिंक ऑल ऑफ अस रियली लव आवरसेल्व्स एंड वी अंडरस्टैंड कि हम बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट हैं एक दूसरे के लिए. तो दैट्स व्हाई वी लुक आफ्टर आवर हेल्थ.
हमेशा ऐसी बातें होती कि बादाम खाइए तो आपकी मेमोरी बढ़ेगी, बादाम खाइए तो ग्लो आएगा चेहरे पे.
बिल्कुल, एक सुपर फूड है बादाम.
तो आपका बादाम खाने का पर्पस क्या होता है? मेमोरी,
सब चीज़ें. ऐसा नहीं है कि, और अगर आप एक फूड से इतने सारे एडवांटेजेस पा सकते हैं तो बेटर ही है. फॉर मी आई वुड से मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट is good skin, especially now in my 40s. I want to try and have not youthful skin, but I want to have, you know, the best skin that I can have naturally. And I feel कि उस वजह से मैं विटामिन ई जो आपको मिलता है बादाम से, जो वो जो रिंकल्स के लिए, सन प्रोटेक्शन के लिए जो आपको बादाम से मिलता है वो गुण, वो मुझे चाहिए.
आप एक आखिरी सवाल, क्योंकि आप एक एक्टर हैं, तो आपसे मैं पूछूंगा क्योंकि ढेरों सारे टॉपिक पे यहाँ पर बादाम के बारे में बात हुई. सो एज एन एक्टर कभी आप चाहेंगे कि बादाम के ऊपर भी फिल्म बने एंड सोहा जो
आप कैसे सोचते ये सवाल, मतलब सोच के पड़ जाएगी क्या नया पूछूं मैं. बिल्कुल, अगर हम बादाम पे प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस कर सकते हैं तो एक मूवी भी बना सकते हैं. एक सुपर फूड है, एक सुपर हीरो के साथ एक सुपर फिल्म बनाएंगे.
देखेंगे हम सोहा जी को.
मैं अच्छा, मुझे उसमें होना भी होगा. बिल्कुल, मैं घर जाके अभी स्क्रिप्ट पे काम करना शुरू करूँगी.
तो अपकमिंग क्या कुछ हमें देखने को मिलेगा?
बिल्कुल, अगर आपने अमेज़ॉन सब्सक्राइब किया है तो आपको हश हश देखने को मिलेगा. शूटिंग कंप्लीट हो गई है, अभी वो डबिंग, पोस्ट प्रोडक्शन एक्सेट्रा चलेगा. तनुजा चंद्रा की शो है ये, और बहुत मज़ा आया एक्चुअली. सो वॉच हश हश.
थैंक यू सो मच हमसे बात.
थैंक यू.